Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, wonderful people. I am here today once again for us to continue with our evangelism of our nation, Biafra. We must evangelize and let the world know the reason why we are leaving the zoo. My people, fellow Biafrans all over the world, join me for a quick interactive session. Fellow Biafrans, we have to come together, my people, and make sure that this day, 6th of September 2024, we have to make a valid congregation and speak to one another. This is an interactive session where you have every right to air your mind, share your opinion and your views about our movement and the restoration of Biafra Republic, government in exile on the 2nd of December 2024. So my people, let us get on with it. We need ourselves for this liberation and to evangelize about Biafra. Biafra is our nation. My people, we have to continue talking to one another about our nation and the current situation and the way forward. Before I go ahead, I have to thank God, my people. Chukwu okike abịama onye pụrụ ime ife niile, Father Lord. Biko chedola anyị Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, who is taking all the bullets for us. Father Lord, he has a hearing this very September. The way you touched the heart of Pharaoh, you took control of Pharaoh's heart. Take control of all these governors that are detaining him so that he will be released. Father Lord, we Biafrans, we are not giving up. We also commit our Prime Minister, the indomitable Prime Minister, the resilient Prime Minister, the Prime Minister who fights the battle for us at the moment, and he is not giving up. Father Lord, strengthen him, guide him, protect all Biafrans who are genuinely fighting for this noble cause. He say, wonderful people, lovers of freedom, I have to play this Biafra war song for us to listen to.
From the beginning of human history, our own people have persistently used God's name to commit heinous atrocities all over the world. Wars become more bloody where religious sentiments are attached. Enemies see each other as abominable infidels that deserve to die. During the Nigeria-Biafra War, atrocities and war crimes were obviously committed, but the international community failed to identify or recognize the ethnic and religious implications. However, the purpose of this work is neither to apportion blames nor criticize anyone, but to preserve history and to let our younger generations who were not born during the struggle know the kind of songs used to boost the morals of the Biafran soldiers.
Omo Biafra, Omo Biafra, Ganya mamiye, soroke. Elendilo, Lina Mali Chuku, Chidea Sobuha Ona. Kanyi Melendilo, Lina Mali Chuku, Chidea Sobuha Ona.
birego. If I do not rely, Muna Wanejena, Wanaputanuze one day. Wanaputanuze one day. Gini kange nyunu, Biafra. Gini kange nyunu, onye wani, nyanya mamiye, zuroke. Kanyi mere ndiro, dina mali chuku, chide ha, zobu ha, ona. Kanyi mere ndiro, dina mali chuku, chide ha, zobu ha, ona. Chikere benu na hemehe. Chikere benu na hemehe. Biafra. Biafra gamarapu Biafra. Take my boots off when I die. Oh Biafra. Take my clothing to the camp. I didn't know I give my God to someone else to fight for fatherland. Biafra, take my boots off when I die. Ochukubeze na la Biafra. Edere ya na buri. I wanna one day ya Yakubu go one. Biafra win the war. I'm up to Kashelli machine, heavy and blood, bomb and fighter. One thing to the man, one thing to be. Mama, yeah, we don't know. One thing to be. Biafra, you know. Unekwekwanaga go want you know. Ochichi desina kojuku bia onyezi. Aya choro chichi go one room baby epi. Ochichi desina kojuku bia onyezi. Aya choro chichi go one room baby epi. Abubonya mamiye. Nemu ani rapu kwa mama baro we mami. We rap wachakechi ya anya. We omeninyo bakwedi edi. We omeninyo bakwedi edi. Biafra kunye buso Nigeria. Makagini. N'ihi na ha bụ ndị na-amaghị Chineke kere ha.
Thank you, my people, wonderful Biafrans all over the world. Thank you, thank you. Today is the 10th day of our lockdown. Yesterday, PM was on the space. Let me play his voice.
Biafra, over to you, please. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, Biafrans all over the world. Good evening, the members of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile and the Biafra de facto government in homeland. Good evening, press people, ladies and gentlemen of the press that are seated here also to listen to me this evening on emergency space tonight. I want to thank the entire Biafrans for their cooperation, their resilience, and of course, the compliance in what we are doing, especially in the delegitimization of the Nigeria in Biafra land. I want everyone to understand.
Oh, my wonderful brother. What could I do without you? Ambrose Ihejirika, God bless you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you so much. I'm not neglecting you. You know, when you are doing this, you have to try and get everything correct. Thank you, my brother. You are welcome. I appreciate you.
And as I will go closer to December 2024 convention in Finland, the enemies are panicking and are quaking. I want you also to understand.
Sorry, my people, before I go ahead, last night, PM was on the Twitter space. I know that many of my viewers may have heard it or watched it, but so many in homeland, some of them don't even have a light to watch or to listen that late. But today, after this program, I do share it so that they can see the video and hear what the PM said. That's why I'm playing it again today. Thank you so much. And remember to like and share this that it goes viral.
That when a man is denied the right to live the life he believes in, he has no choice but to become an outlaw. I want every one of you Biafran people to understand that our freedom is indivisible. The chain on any Biafra person today is a chain on all of us. The chain on my people of Biafra is a chain on me. And that's why, for those who are wondering, why do we have all this good life in where we reside on, residing in a different part of the world, and we decide and choose to fight for our people who are back home? Is because the chain on them is also a chain in all of us that are fighting from exile. My fellow Biafrans, today marks the 9th day of the 30-day lockdown of the Nigeria institution within Biafra land. And I want you to understand that our recorded success in this phase of the delegitimization that is being enforced by Biafra government. I want everyone to understand that as we approach.
Thank you, Peter Ogobuchi. Thank you so much for joining. Remember to hit the like button. Thank you so much.
This December, when they were thinking that what we are doing is joke, and all of a sudden they have come to realize that it's no longer a joke. A lot of propaganda will be flying out there. You may see uprise and upsurge of other many spokespersons coming, springing up from all over Nigeria, from Arewa to the Afonjas. All of them are coming on social media today to tell you who is working for Nigeria government and who is not working for Nigeria government. We've actually passed that particular stage. I am not here to debunk their nonsense propaganda. I'm just here to tell you, Biafrans, that you must stand very strong. As more propagandas will be coming, you must stand very strong. We have been able to nurture you for a day like this. And that is the reason we must all be very tough in our standing firmly for the Biafra freedom. There is no other reason we are doing what we are doing today other than to be free from the Nigeria and the British enslavement. I want every one of you to understand that when the water starts boiling, it becomes very foolish to turn off the heat. The water is boiling, the Nigeria is boiling, and it will be very foolish of you and I, at this point that the water is boiling and Nigeria is boiling, to quench the light. It's very foolish. We will never quench this light. We will never turn off this light and the heat that is making this water to boil. Because our main target and main reason why we put the heat on in the first place is to make the water to boil. Our water is boiling today. We will not off the heat until we are done with why and the reason we put the water to that temperature. My brothers and sisters, my fellow citizens of Biafra, I want you to understand that in the coming days and weeks, a lot will be happening in Biafra land. The legitimization of Nigeria will come with a lot of resistance. We are going to defeat this giant Goliath, which is known as Nigeria. We, as small as we are, in David form, will show the mighty power of God that we worship in the coming weeks. I want you to understand that our aim and objective is to make sure that Nigeria never breaks till December. I told you people a few weeks ago that this particular phase we are entering is a phase where we will never allow Nigeria to break till December declaration. My fellow citizens of Biafra, I want you to understand that those that are falling victims of Nigeria state terrorism, I want you to understand that every death will be revenged. Every death will be avenged by the Biafra government and Biafra forces. Nobody will kill Biafra under this my watch as a Prime Minister of Biafra government, both in the homeland and in exile, and they will live to tell the story. Those who committed these atrocities against Biafra in Ogbaro will be hunted down. The promise I have come to give you today is that those who perpetrated these heinous crimes, the terrorism against our people in Ogbaro, will be hunted down. I want you to go and mark this particular word I'm telling you today. All of them who came to Ogbaro to kill our people in the name of terrorism will be hunted down by the Biafra forces. It's not going to take time. And hopefully, we are going to post them on social media, how we have been able to decimate them in a few days to come. My fellow Biafrans, I have come to tell you this evening that the 21 days that is still remaining, you remember to stay out and stay away from Nigeria facilities. Very, very important. Stay away from any Nigeria facility. Stay away from Secretariat. Stay away from police. Stay away from the terrorist army. Stay away from their checkpoint. This is something that is going to take a lot of time for the delegitimization to completely take effect. It is going to take a lot of time. So if nothing is happening in your area, do not think that we have forgotten your area. The entire Biafra land is sealed as I'm talking to you today. The entire Biafra territory is sealed. And simultaneously, the delegitimization of Nigeria will continue to take place. We will continue to defend our land against Nigerian terrorism. We will continue to defend our women and children against the onslaught and barbarism of the Nigeria state. We will continue to make sure that our women and children will no longer fall a victim of Nigerian terrorism. So I thank you this evening for joining to this particular emergency space briefing where we have come to update you on what is to come and what is happening. My fellow citizens of Biafra, I say again, when a man is denied the right to live the life he believes in, he has no choice but to become an outlaw. The Nigeria state will be met with the exact and equal measure of force that have come to our land to kill our people. You saw what happened yesterday in Ogbaro. They killed our innocent people. Even when they were lying lifelessly on the floor, they had to pour a gasoline and set them ablaze. It is only that can do that. No trained military, no trained army officer will kill innocent people without gun and set them ablaze. It is the art of terrorism in the highest order. And my fellow Biafrans, I can never sleep until Biafra revenge what happened in Ogbaro yesterday. I swear to God. As a Prime Minister of Biafra, I will never go to sleep until we revenge the killings of the Biafrans in Ogbaro. And of course, as that is happening, we will be telling them how prepared we are to defend our land. I want you to understand that the kind of guerrilla warfare that we are fighting today is the type that nobody have ever seen. And we are going to escalate it until we get to the maximum level that we are looking up to. The declaration of the Biafra restoration of independence that is going to happen this December 2nd is sacrosanct. We are not moving, we are not quaking, we are not stepping back our feet an inch. We will continue to maintain this particular date, and every work we are doing as a government will be channeled to make sure that this date remain and there will be no change, there will be no postponement. The 2nd of December is sacrosanct. And those of you who have the opportunity to be in Finland, you are still having the opportunity to go and register for the convention to be part of this historic. My fellow friends, we are making waves all over the world. The Biafra national team of football will be playing the first ever international tournament somewhere in the world. And that place, I will not mention it at this point until the time is right. But just to inform you that the Biafra government has now a national team that comprises of professional football players of Biafra origin, and they will be representing Biafra for the very first time. Biafra will participate in international football tournament. Biafra national team will be unveiled on the first day of this tournament. My fellow Biafrans, those of you that still doubting what we are doing and the resolve to restore the independence of Biafra, we will shock you. I want you to understand that the Biafra Liberation Army and resistance fighters and Biafra Navy and all forces of Biafra are standing very firmly, and they are gallantly defending our land, neutralizing these terrorists that come in the name of Nigeria forces in their different uniforms and categories in our land to kill and maim. Biafra resistance fighters will continue to defend our land against these terrorists. And so,
hello,
whenever you see the activities of these Biafra defense forces going on, do not panic. They are not there for you. They are there for the enemies that carries gun to kill our people. I will be taking questions. This particular space shouldn't last more than 45 minutes. I will be taking questions, at least the opportunity to give you, to ask questions that you know that bothers you.
Yes, my people, we have all heard what our PM was saying or what he said. He talked very much about the lockdown, the processes, how it is going. Most people mistake this lockdown to sit at home. And I am confirming for you as one of the media teams for Biafra Republic Government in Exile that this lockdown is not aimed at our people sitting at home. It is aimed at locking down all ministries that belongs to Nigeria in Biafra land. They have to let Biafrans breathe. They have to let us be. Their military, they kept going around, forming checkpoints every 10 poles. Thank you, Ogechuku Precious, for joining. Thank you so much. You are appreciated. This military, our PM was on the space yesterday. I'm tempted to play back the whole thing he said because I'm sure not everybody had the opportunity to be there last night. But I recorded it, and that is exactly what I'm playing so that my own audience and the rest of the world, because YouTube and Facebook is one of the World Wide Web where people come to have a chat, have a read, and see some videos of learning and understanding. People don't country or a nation is living a country like Nigeria. Some people do understand. Some understand but don't care. They don't care, but it is our business. So if we are a commodity, we have to market ourselves. These are the reasons why we are leaving Nigeria. So my PM and his cabinet agreed for this 30 days lockdown. The lockdown is not the same thing with sit at home. Sit at home is only on Mondays. But this lockdown is for all the military checkpoints from our people in homeland to be eradicated. This lockdown is to lock down Nigeria ministry offices in Biafra land. My people, schools are going, Businesses are on, but those who live near military and police barracks are well advised to stay away. Every life in Biafra land matters to us. But you people know that this military terrorists in uniform, they were in Obaru 2 days ago because Gumi, who is the one rearing them, said that they are everywhere, that what they are waiting for. He said there are 9 million terrorists in uniform all over the zoo, terrorizing our people. They went to Obaru, Buo Madanabo, Dimpa, Ifufa, very huge men, Unu Makandiba isi agba Dimpa, because of the back book na Y2, their rules. Oburu ife niile ka anyị ga na-ekwu. Fabusie these people, Bafoko. Real military don't do that. It's only the zoo military. So our PM was on the space yesterday. So that's why I played him. Let me put it back a bit so that you can hear him.
For their cooperation, their resilience, and of course, the compliance in what we are doing, especially in the delegitimization of the Nigeria in Biafra land. I want everyone to understand as I will go closer to December 2024 convention in Finland, the enemies are panicking and are quaking. I want you also to understand that when a man is denied the right to live the life he believes in, he has no choice but to become an outlaw.
Please, my people, I just remembered something before I forget. All of you should start telling your people at home not to respond to anybody who they don't know, any stranger they don't know, telling them, oh, Biafra will come. What do you think? This and that. Let them not say a word. Let them not respond. Let them not respond. These people that are everywhere looking for a way to buy our people. They are looking for a way to eliminate our people. You know, if you have something that is 100 and you remove one, you will be thinking, oh, 99 is there. It is a lot. Anyị value life anyị karịa nke ndị ugwu. During the war, onye be anyị nwụọ fegbuo mmadụ 10 wee bọọ ụgwọ ofu onye anwa nwụrụ maka na ndị a bụ ndị ọjọọ. Ndị a bụ ndị ọjọọ, fajulu everywhere. So onye ọbụla na-agwa ndị befa ma ụmụaka ma okenye, onye na-ajụ gị ịlaikiri Biafra na-abịa, ignore them, azakwanafa.
I want every one of you Biafran people to understand that our freedom is indivisible. The chain on any Biafra person today is a chain on all of us. The chain on my people of Biafra is a chain on me. And that's why, for those who are wondering, why do we have all this good life in where we reside on, residing in a different part of the world, and we decide and choose to fight for our people who are back home? It's because the chain on them is also a chain in all of us that are fighting from exile. My fellow Biafrans, they mark the 9th day of the 30-day lockdown of the Nigeria institution within Biafra land. And I want you to understand that our recorded success in this phase of the delegitimization that is being enforced by Biafra government. I want everyone to understand that as we approach this December, when they were thinking that what we are doing is joke, and all of a sudden they have come to realize that it's no longer a joke. A lot of propaganda will be flying out there. You may see uprise and upsurge of other many spokespersons coming, springing up from all over Nigeria, from Arewa to the Afonjas. All of them are coming on social media today to tell you who is working for Nigeria government and who is not working for Nigeria government. We've actually passed that particular stage. I am not here to debunk their nonsense propaganda. I'm just here to tell you, Biafrans, that you must stand very strong. As more propagandas will be coming, you must stand very strong. We have been able to nurture you for a day like this. And that is the reason we must all be very, very tough in our standing firmly for the Biafra freedom. There is no other reason we are doing what we are doing today other than to be free from the Nigeria and the British enslavement.
Hello, my brother Kingsman Kingsway. Thank you very much for joining. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. PM was on the space yesterday. Today marks the 10th day of the lockdown, and he is giving us a briefing.
I want every one of you to understand that when the water starts boiling, it becomes very foolish to turn off the heat. The water is boiling, in Nigeria is boiling, and it will be very foolish of you and I, at this point that the water is boiling and Nigeria is boiling, to quench the light. It's very.
Hello, Biafra Mwezodo. Thank you for joining. What you are hearing now is the voice of PM. Last night, there was a very quick and emergency broadcast because of one of our people or two of our men, Unobaru. So he was there to address us. So I'm replaying it.
Foolish. We will never quench this light. We will never turn off this light and the heat that is making this water to boil. Because our main target and main reason why we put the heat on in the first place to boil. Our water is boiling today. We will not off the heat until we are done with why and the reason we put the water to that temperature. My brothers and sisters, my fellow citizens of Biafra, I want you to understand that in the coming days and weeks, a lot will be happening in Biafra land. The nation of Nigeria will come with a lot of resistance. We are going to stand very firm to defeat this giant, giant Goliath, which is known as Nigeria. We, as small as we are, in David form, will show the mighty power of God that we worship in the coming weeks. I want you to understand that.
Sorry, my people. You see what giant, and we are coming. Okay, watching from Morocco. I hope you are doing good over there. Where our PM used Goliath and David. What made Nigeria Goliath and giant? That the whole world is attracted to them like the honey and the bee is because of our oil. And it is now that some of them are knowing, now that we have all these lobbyists in America, you won't believe how Americans, some of the politicians that are introduced to our PM are surprised at what they are hearing from our PM. But my people, it is to our own benefit that those lobbyists were engaged by our PM. Blessed Abraham Ventures, thank you so much. All hail Biafra. Yes, forward ever, backward never. Thank you. Felix Ibukwe, thank you. Umunnem Dewon, thank you for joining. Don't forget to click the like button. We are about 25 or more watching. It is very, very interesting and very, very heart strengthening when I see all of you gathering around whenever we are on the air. The BRGIE Media team him, I told them, we never win us. Not this time. If the Osman Danfodio could not stop us so many years ago, them, the grandchildren, can never do it now. They can never defeat us. Yes, is hashtag capital letter Biafra and capital letter M, capital letter E, 2024, Felix. So you can rewrite it. My people, there is nothing anyone can do to set us back. They cannot. We are going to live. We must leave the zoo. Freedom is our inherent right from God. And for human beings to sit on your blessings, on your resources, on everything that God gave you, yet they don't want you to go. They are buying you on daily basis. Whenever we want to leave Nigeria, it is now. This is the right time for us to leave. We have seen our PM, we have to follow him. Each time he comes to talk to us, he will ask you to ask him questions. My people, this is what a good leadership is all about. We never had this type of leadership in the zoo, and I know that more is coming. My fellow Biafrans, thank you so much, and let's continue to listen to our PM.
Our aim and objective is to make sure that Nigeria never breaks till December. I told you people a few weeks ago that this particular phase we're entering is a phase where we will never allow Nigeria to break till December declaration. My fellow citizens of Biafra, I want you to understand that those that are falling victims of Nigeria's state terrorism, I want you to understand that every death will be revenged. Every death will be avenged by the Biafra government and Biafra forces. Nobody will kill Biafra under this my watch as a Prime Minister of Biafra government, both in the homeland and in exile, and they will live to tell the story. Those who committed these atrocities against Biafra in Ogbaro will be hunted down. The promise I have come to give you today is that those who perpetrated these heinous crimes, the terrorism against our people in Ogbaro, will be hunted down. I want you to go and mark this particular word I'm telling you today. All of them who came to Ogbaro to kill our people in the name of terrorism will be hunted down by the Biafra forces. It's not going to take time. And hopefully, we are going to post them on social media, how we have been able to decimate them in a few days to come. My fellow Biafrans, I have come to tell you this evening, 21 days that is still remaining, you remember to stay out and stay away from Nigeria facilities. Very, very important. Stay away from any Nigeria facility, stay away from secretariat, stay away from police, stay away from the terrorist army, stay away from their checkpoint. This is something that is going to take a lot of time for the delegitimization to completely take effect. It is going to take a lot of time. So if nothing is happening in your area, do not think that we have forgotten your area. The entire Biafra land is sealed as I'm talking to you today. The entire Biafra territory is sealed. And simultaneously, the delegitimization of Nigeria will continue to take place. We will continue to defend our land against Nigerian terrorism. We will continue to defend our women and children against the onslaught and barbarism of the Nigerian state. We will continue to make sure that our women and children will no longer fall a victim of Nigerian terrorism. So I thank you this evening for joining to this particular emergency space briefing where we have come to update you on what is to come and what is happening. My fellow citizens of Biafra, I say again, when a man is denied the right to live the life he believes in,
Hello, Owen.
He has no choice but to become an outlaw. The Nigerian state will be met with the exact and the equal measure of force that have come to our land to kill our people. You saw what happened yesterday in Ogbaro. They killed our innocent people Even when they were lying lifelessly on the floor, they had to pour a gasoline and set them ablaze. It is only terrorists that can do that. No trained military, no trained army officer will kill innocent people without gun and set them ablaze. It is the art of terrorism in the highest order. And my fellow Biafrans, I can never sleep until Biafra revenge what happened in Obaro yesterday. I swear to God. As a Prime Minister of Biafra, I will never go to sleep until we revenge the killings of the Biafrans in Obaro. And of course, as that is happening, we will be telling them how prepared we are to defend our land. I want you to understand that the kind of guerrilla warfare that we are fighting today is the type that nobody have ever seen. And we are going to escalate it until we get to the maximum level that we are looking up to. The declaration of the Biafra restoration of independence that is going to happen this December 2nd is sacrosanct. We are not moving, we are not quaking, we are not stepping back our feet an inch. We will continue to maintain this particular date, and every work we are doing as a government will be channeled to make sure that this date remain and there will be no change, there will be no postponement. The 2nd of December is sacrosanct. And those of you who have the opportunity to be in Finland, you are still having the opportunity to go and register for the convention to be part of this historic day and historic event. My fellow Biafrans, we are making waves all over the world. The Biafra national team of football will be playing the first ever international tournament somewhere in the world. And that place, I will not mention it at this point until the time is right. But just to inform you that the Biafra government has now a national team that comprises of professional football players of Biafra origin, and they will be representing Biafra for the very first time. Biafra will participate in international football tournament. Biafra national team will be unveiled on the first day of this tournament. My fellow Biafrans, those of you that still doubting what we are doing and the resolve to restore the independence of Biafra, we will shock you. I want you to understand that the Biafra Liberation Army and resistance fighters and Biafra Navy and all forces of Biafra are standing very firmly, and they are gallantly defending our land, neutralizing these terrorists that come in the name of Nigeria forces in their different uniforms and categories in our land to kill and maim. Biafra resistance fighters will continue to defend our land against these terrorists. So you see the activities of this Biafra defense they are not there for the enemies that carry our people. I will be taking questions. This particular space shouldn't last more than 45 minutes. I will be taking questions, at least opportunity to give you to ask questions that you know that bothers you, especially those who have not believed in the Biafra cause. I will welcome your question this evening. This is an emergency to call your attention and your subconsciousness on the propaganda that Nigeria will be pushing out to the media in the coming weeks. Thank you very much. And the media team, over to you.
Thank you, PM, for the update. And without wasting time, the mic is open to the media that wants to throw their questions at the Prime Minister. Minister Van, welcome on stage, and let's make it snappy. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, my Minister, and the formidable Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile. My Prime Minister, I greet you, sir. You're welcome. So, fellow Biafrans, as we are here, like you just said, the Prime Minister said, without further ado, I want you to raise up your hands and come up with questions, especially those engaging questions. And please, not time for accolades. We are here for serious business. Come here and ask questions. I know you appreciate what the PM is doing, but right now PM wants to engage you. Let's come and let the world know what we're doing, and let them know that we are not going to relent until we get to El Dorado. Please, I'm going to take the very first hand up here. Rage and Fury, please come up with your question. Very quick, 60 seconds. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. My name is Rage and Fury. Especially to my friends, I just Prime Minister. Thank you.
Your mic is so noisy.
Okay, can I be heard?
The mic is very noisy. We're not getting you.
Coming out all right now?
All right, better, please.
Okay, thank you very much. So my special greetings to the Prime Minister, the Biafra Prime Minister, the man I call the Ekpa. My question is a very short one, sir. I think 2 days ago, or a day ago, you posted a video on your X page where a son went. Father was so angry with him about joining the military because the military killed his wife, the mother of the child, and the father went further to disown that child. So my question is, sir, is there any consideration about the security of that man? Because we know how these people operate. Because the man went further to say that if the boy wanted, so this boy now he can go up collaborate with his colleagues. You understand? And come and kill that father. So I don't know if there's any consideration concerning the security of that Biafra father, sir. That is my question. Thank you very much.
Every Biafran is for land, and as a government in exile, and both a proxy government or de facto government in the homeland, we make sure that every Biafran is secured to the best of our ability. So everyone is secured. It is not just about him. You think that 15 million Biafrans who voted are not in the same shoe with the man? What is the difference between 50 million people who have voted for the Biafra self-referendum and the man who spoke about his son joining the Biafra army? There is no difference. Everybody in Biafra land remain very, very, under threat by Nigeria state. So it is not just about him or any other person that I have shown on the video. And that is the reason why you said the people that were killed in Obaro yesterday, you think they have committed any crime differently? No. The only reason they killed them is because they came there and they saw them and they know that these are Biafra and they killed them. And they are not different from what other people have done in the past. So we are not just singling out the man because he said so. Everyone who is a Biafran is a target and a threat and target of attack by the Nigeria state. So we provide security for everybody. And of course, sometimes they succeed, sometimes they will not succeed. But just like our leader said, they will kill us, we will kill them. At the end, Biafra will come. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Sir, those of you that enter the room and you raise your hand, somebody will enter after you and then raise hands and you will be called. So raise your hands if you want to be called. Let's go back and please, your hand is up. Bring your question very quickly, please.
Yeah, good evening, Biafrans all over the world. Good evening, Prime Minister. Please, Prime Minister, I wanted to ask a question. As the Biafra Liberation Army and the resistance fighters are engaging the Nigeria terrorist bases, please, I want you to consider the fact that a lot of us Biafrans have our vehicles in those places, our important documents in those places that these people have seized. So, when the resistance fighters engage them, if it would be possible for them to just burn their, the Nigeria forces gadgets and leave the private, vehicles and all that, because people are seizing a lot of vehicles these days. So that's what I wanted to bring to your concern. Thank you.
You want to be like the man that during the war they interviewed him. What is the name again? Somebody should remind me the name. They interviewed him in Lagos and he was concerned about his car. What is that car again? There's one sports car that one of is it Ben M1 or something? It was is that Raphael? Is that Ben M1?
I can't remember, sir.
Okay, but you know the man I'm talking about, right?
Yes,
he was busy talking about the car he bought. That's exactly what you are talking. So what are you going to do with the Nigeria document? At the end of the day, Biafra come. What are you going to do with the Nigeria document?
No, I'm not talking about the documents, like the vehicles, like most of them are people's livelihood, all those kind of things.
And you think that in Biafra you're going to use those vehicles, adulterated vehicle that will cause accident? We have what we call MOT that is going to meet international standard. Many vehicles will be burned and destroyed. We don't allow all those nonsense vehicles you are riding in Nigeria that is causing the death of our people. In Europe here, we have a standard that once your vehicle cannot pass the MOT, you can't drive it on the road. We're going to have the exact thing. So the vehicle you will be driving in Biafra will be the vehicle that has met the standard and passed the very good test of MOT. So those vehicles you see in Nigeria police, this Nigeria police terrorist bases are not even, are not even the kind of vehicle that is going to pass the test, MOT test in Biafra land. And so the vehicle is the most important thing. Why is it working there? Do you think you are going to get it back ever?
Well, you are the Prime Minister. You know the best, sir. I'm
telling you, if they have impounded your vehicle, you leave it, forget about it. Because many people have impounded their businesses and their vehicles and they never get it back until they die. So the best thing is for you to pray for Biafra to come and forget, you're not going to need those vehicles at all. And I think many of these vehicles that you are buying in Nigeria, their lifespan have actually ended in Europe and America. They will bring it for you, they'll ship it to you there, and then you go and start driving it. Before you know it, you have accident and die on the road, or it will kill other people that are using the road. We're not going to allow that in Biafra land. Biafra will have the standard set. Something in the European, when I say I'm bringing European Finland to Biafra land, you think it's a joke? The standard of what we're going to be using in Biafra land will be the same thing with Finland. You have access to buy your car, new car. You may not be paying cash. Going to be on credit base, just like what we do in Europe here. So don't worry about the nonsense car that you have in their possession. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. PM Escobar, I'm sure you have been lectured today, and you're not glad for that. Thank you. All right, Triple MI, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, thank you very much, my dad, Pastor Bam. Fellow Biafran, I greet you once again. My PM, His Excellency, my Simon Ekpa, thank you very much for being there for your people. You are the God, you are the reason we are saying today, my brother. Carry on. I don't have much to say because everything you are doing, we are saying it. Even the deaf is hearing the sound. The blind can see as well. My question is, having seen everything you are doing, it is quite clear that we are heading to our promised land. Now, I can't wait. All this the internal aid to Akanon, because those people are still convincing our people at home. Because when we put through to tell them this,
don't just waste your time on the people at home. We have 50 million votes already. I don't think I will dwell in wasting my time about people that you are talking about convincing. We don't need to convince anybody. 50 million votes is enough, and I don't think anybody is more than 50 million. And also, remember that, like I said, during the Finland declaration, there are 100 over 88. So you don't expect everybody to like you and to support what we're doing. Thank you.
It's true.
Thank you, sir. Ebo.
It's true. Everybody mustn't like what you're doing.
Thank you, PM, sir. Yeah, out of curiosity, I want to see the question you have. And then Josh, please. Even though your hand is not up, I'm curious just to hear you. Can you unmute yourself? And then Josh. Can you unmute yourself? You're not even ready. Louis John.
Yes, my people, the thing that the PM answered this guy, that is why in abroad they have what they call referendum. When the UK wanted to leave EU, they conducted it. Referendum is part of this democratic system of government, whereby you have all these things to be used in ad hoc. That's something you will use for a short while when you need it. They needed to leave the EU, and they have to bring out, they didn't force it on the people, but with Nigeria, everything will be forced. They brought out this, what is it called, referendum, which will allow you to say yes or no. And half, half said yes, half said no. Only by 1 or 2 people more than those who said no. And and they left. Nobody held them. The whole Europe didn't fight them. But look at the zoo. They have 1914 constitution, which says that after 14 years, that anybody who wants to leave could leave. Now, those who want to leave said, let us use that referendum. That's what Onyendu was demanding for. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he kept demanding, let us use that piece of legislation called referendum for us to vote. Those who want to remain in Nigeria and those who want to leave. At least we have crossed this 2014. But Nigeria government said no. And they say if you talk, they will buy you. And these are people who came from Sahel and settled in the zoo because they are very violent people. And the Igbo people, they are doing it to them here now. This ndị na-akpọ isi anị. Every day fana agba ndị obodo a ifefe ọkụ. Maka na ndị obodo a na-alakwunyelu ndị zoo ifefa na-eme. Chukwu wee na-akpọzikwa fa ọkụ n'obodo fa. This referendum fa yuzuru ewe si na EU pụta. Kita fa bịa na-alakwunyelu ndị Fulani because na Fulani gbugidere fa etu egwu tụba fa wee welu certificate of independence wee nye Tafawa Balewa. Or Ebanwa bụ the genesis of nsogbu anyị wee lukwa today. How can a country not have referendum? How can a whole country not conduct a referendum? And you call yourself Giant of Africa. On the 12th of June, they celebrated a democracy that they don't practice. And because they're always lying, Tinubu na this step of that, the president of a country, he fell. And that marks the beginning of the failure of the zoo. They will continue to fail and until they fall into their grave. And my people, we have to remain strong. This thing PM now, Patanji Wekube Makadis referendum. You have to give somebody the air to breathe. Major, Genonya Wekulunoku. And Daniel say no. No is no.
Unmute yourself and bring your person. LM John,
Yeah.
You have to go back to listen.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, His Excellency Simon. Please, the question I want to ask is based on what happened yesterday in Ogbak. I want to ask, please, is there no intelligence on ground to alert Biafra Liberation Army when those terrorists are coming so that they can do the needful to prevent what happened yesterday? Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have warned our people that whenever you see these people, take to your heel, and that's the only way. And many of them are listening, many of them are not listening. You can never see Nigeria terrorist army and you think they are coming there to come and shake your hand. Never. When you see them, run for your life.
My people, yes, I have to say something about this. You know, this freedom we are fighting is like the proverb of the Igbo man. When people die, maybe they are very dear to you or you know them, you will start crying. Therefore, when you see these people, you have to run. Do not think that this freedom is for Simon Ekpa or for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No. Our leader is doing his own. Omego everybody, Anya. He has shown everybody where the secret is, where the lies are. Somebody like me, apart from following Onyendu, I never knew na Fulani Bialabia. I never knew Nafa mixing up with Hausa. HM not the whole of Hausa. I never knew. That man opened many eyes and many minds. And many things, even the outside world. Till tomorrow, some of them, even in this country, Amaro, what is going on? Fagotaro. Even now that our PM engaged these lobbyists, when he is meeting with some of these American politicians and he tells them certain things, they will say, really? So many things that our Onyendu opened our eyes for. But this freedom is not only for him, and it's not for our PM. It is for all of us. We have to be fighting. You cannot just wait for people to start telling you everything. And that is why we, the media, we are many. We are many. We have group media, broadcast, we have individual ones to keep spreading the news, to keep evangelizing about Biafra. If you say, I'm not Igbo, I'm not this, when they see you, they will buy you. They don't know. They call all of us Nyami. So we have to come together. Like I said last time in my program 2 days ago, one thing we have to learn from the Fulanis, it will look childish, but what children do is not childish at all. Not everything they do is childish. Fulani sticks together. We have to learn how to stick together. They are never divided. It's even in the Bible that any house divided within itself does not stand. Whether you like it or not, if you say, oh, this thing Simon is doing, I'm not included. I don't know what is Biafra. Like Peter Obi, Biafra died 50 years ago. Forgetting that is the leader of Biafra, Ojukwu, that put him to become the governor, that brought him to the limelight. Yes, it is like that. So if you have PM and the cabinet ministers, when you see military, don't run. Go and stand in front of them. They are military. They are terrorists. They just gave them uniform because of UN to camouflage. Shetima created this Boko Haram with Buhari to destabilize Jonathan's government. So this thing we are fighting is genuine and for everybody. All of you, as you people are here listening to me, you are fighting the battle. Because when the people that are watching this sees the number of people that comes together to watch what we are saying and what we are doing, they will know that a lot of you want to leave the zoo. So we are all fighting in different ways. Do not see these people and stand and say, after all, I'm not the IPOB. They call all of us IPOB. There was a time, what's his name? El-Rufai said that all the governors, that they are all Biafrans at heart. You see? So that is what they know. And when they get to their mosque, Eba Kafana radicalize Omofa. This is it. So my people, do not say, oh, I'm not Biafra. It does not concern me. When you see the military, the terrorists in uniform with gun, or those who are without uniform, just run so that they don't buy you. We want everybody alive. This is it. That's what the PM is answering this guy.
Because you are not in position to fight them. There are people who their job is to fight them whenever they see them. And we dictate when to fight them and when not to fight them. So what you do as a civilian in Biafra land is whenever you see these people run, they are not there for you. And I believe that what happened in Obaro yesterday should teach a lot of people a lesson. So when you see them next time coming to your village, you run. Because you are not trained to fight them.
Yes.
There are people who have been trained to fight them. So when those people come, they will do their job. Thank you.
My people, onye oburu iwu bụ na everybody ga na-agụ akwụkwọ. Ị ga-agụọ history ndị Fulani fa bụ warriors. And ife eji zụọ mmadụ dịka, let me use the simplest thing to give you people an example. Like some of us as in a village, we like to swallow. Even if you mash rice, pound it, and make nice soup, I will like to swallow it. Anything swallow. You know, what you are raised up with, you can never leave it. Hello. Namdi, thank you for joining. Iruka, thank you so much for joining. Thank you, my people. Ife Jizwa Mado, he will never change. Thank you so much, Iruka. Thank you. God bless you. Whatever you are raised up with, like the history of Ndi Fulani, je goya fa bondi na no nazo enyinya na no ogo. They specialize in it. Inyinya fukafa na de jikwa na amagari when the Sultan of Sokoto is out, or their origin, or if faji we busie ndi nwa bekee na zoo in those days, that 1950 something. Faji we malulilili na 1960 fa we bia welu certificate of independence we nye Tafawa Balewa n'aka fa we ne claim Zibai. Ndị a bụ warlike people. All these people in uniform, they are all terrorists. But you all know it's not hidden. They will tell you that they repented Boko Haram. They are. They will tell you they repented. How can you train a soldier under how many days Oji repent? It's in a military uniform. Is that the only thing they can give them to do? But military. Or kafa weil military uniform. Where now Obundi UN? Because UN they against this type of thing, funny, but they have to be in military uniform so that they won't give them outright sanction. Because now the UN go right now, and they go for manu di bemunage. Yes, that is it. Anytime you see these people, run. Don't wait and don't say, oh, I'm not included, because they include all of us. They have been told the boundary. Now they are talking about boundary and everything. How can onye see Sahel about boundary? How can? So let us continue to listen to our PM.
All right, thank you. And people should know that when they lie to you that the army is your friend, the police is your friend, you can see how friendly they are indeed. Is that friendly? So they are not your friend. The PM is saying it, and we have said this already. You see them, you avoid them, you run. If there's a way you can harm them before they get to you, you do it. If there's a way you can even get them from a distance or from a hidden location, if there's a way you can do anything to eliminate them, you do it, because they are there to eliminate you. That is one thing you must know. So avoid them completely. Thank you very much, our PM. And the hand is up. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, Isaac, success. Thank you so much for joining. These people, they are very warlike people. As I gave this little example of those who were raised with swallow back home. Anything you give anybody that was raised with swallow like myself, I will always go back to swallow. I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight. Let me eat salad. You will go back to swallow because it is what you were raised with. It came along the program. So my people, ndị abundi fighters. O ife jiwe zuo fafa na ebi n'ofia. Fa o ife fa jiwe na-ekwu maka Boko Haram. Boko Haram is that English education is a sin. Yet they carry phone. They carry the madu make video, tinye in internet. Because you cannot tell me that it is somebody who is very senile. Isi onye isi zulezu na sofa na video ofa nwa na video. But first na Boko bu haram. Anything English is haram. Haram is sin. That's why they are called Boko Haram. When they tell you Boko Haram, they do all these things. Ndị unu na-afụ in uniform. But all these repented Boko Haram. Fechelu uniform chinyefa to deceive the UN and the world. I say no, land dispute. It's a lie. Nigeria chena ofa na ewu na emeko ife. Okwefu this time, Biafra biasigo. So si ife jubosi. Bu onwe ito. My people, this time around, we are getting Biafra. And Biafra we are. We are not zoo. We are not Nigeria. South, South, or Southeast, we are not. We are Biafrans.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening, Pastor Van Van Van. My PM, I greet everybody. I was very, very happy for everything that is happening. So my question is this. Please, is there this thing we can you can create in a way, because for what happened to that Abaro, is there anything we can have, you can create? Because everybody need to be a security now. Everybody need to be a police or whatever. Anywhere, any group we can create that if there's anything at all, then once you give, once you report to the whatever, the group or whatever, then they can come and rescue the people at the center. Is there any group like that you can create for that kind of incident? Thank you.
We have enough group. The only thing we need is more fund. We have enough group. We have over 100,000 men. All we need is fund to make sure that everybody is well armed, and that's all. That's all you need. You can create a whole manner of group you want without arms. Providing arms for them, they are weak. Thank you.
Thank you, good PM. And then who else is in the room? You guys are not raising your hands. You come into the room, you just leave your hands down. Anyway, Mola, I'm gonna give you the let you take the mic. Mola Dika. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Can you unmute yourself, Mola? Mola, can you please unmute yourself? Mola is not there. Not there. Okay. Auchi Innocent. Can you please unmute yourself?
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Yeah, my name is Auchi Innocent. I am from the True Records again.
Can you change your location to a more quiet place so that we can hear you? Your mic is noisy. You are in a very noisy.
Okay, let me change. I'm trying to move now. Can you hear me better now?
Just be sure you're in a quiet place.
Yeah, is it better a bit? Yeah, my question is there is something is bothering me, and I'm trying to get a way to get the right channel, but I couldn't able to get that. Okay, let me speak now. Maybe through this way I can get it. I am from Sodomito under illicit county. There's some issue regarding in my own community seriously, which I would like to be in touch by the Biafra government. But I couldn't have a way to know who I could direct the channel to, because I don't suppose to speak it yet. But based on I don't have a way, so I try to speak out so I can get the right person to channel the matter. Thank you.
So you don't have a way with all the media present in the social media and all that. You don't have a way. Go and contact the media, and then they're going to address your issues.
Can you hear me, sir? No, there is no problem.
Well, my people, seems to be the last man that the PM attended to. Exactly 45 minutes that he said he wants to be there. We have all heard everything he said, and we should all be reminding ourselves, we want Biafra. That is one thing. The second is that the people who we want to live do not want us to live. Yet they hate us as hell. Taking their oil and gas, they don't want you to go because of the oil. They don't like us. And God is doing it now that they will never get everything their own way. The reason why I always say this is that if they would have gotten it their own way, we wouldn't have gotten a prime minister like our Mazi Simon Ekpa. Not at all. You can see the way everything is going now. When Onyendu was sold, he gave time. Everything that Onyendu, all the instructions Onyendu gave, the DOS refused to carry it out. They started sacking everybody to tell you that they have sold this Biafra movement to the Fulanese. Fulani came from Sahel, Mauritania or Mali or wherever, Burkina Faso, wherever they came from in North Africa. These people are warriors. You can never live with a warrior. It's like a man marrying a man that comes home. He will never get peace in his home. And there is nothing human like a home that is not peaceful. If somebody is pursuing you from somewhere, all that will be in your mind is, let me leave this place and go to my home and have peace. But these people, they won't give us peace. There is nowhere you will not see somebody from the one they call Southeast and South-South. They just drove us away for us to run away and be scattered and littered all over the world for them to have chance. There is no department in the zoo that a Fulani man is not the one heading the department. Recently, their naira is falling like Odala. Every day is falling. Kata, kata, kata. Our sister, world lady, Okonjo Iweala, offered to come and help them to revive their economy. They refused. You know, he who knows not and knows not that he knows not. What is that person? A big fool. We cannot be reasonably seen to be living with these people. Since 1956 that this oil was found, they don't want anybody that is from that area to be the head. Not Murtala Mohammed, not Yakubu Gowon. Gowon that is even not, that is a Christian. That is that legacy of Usman Dan Fodio that our PM said, I will end the legacy of Usman Dan Fodio. From Sahel, as if we are not men. Now they have decided to do exactly what their father did, using the military in that 1960s to buy the people of Southwest and claim their land. Kwara State. If you go to Kwara State, I've been there, it's like a Muslim world. The day I went there, I couldn't believe my eyes. In 2015, I went there. Every school, all the girls wrapped like pigeons. Everywhere. I say, what? What is happening in this town? This is it. Hello, my sister. Thank you for joining. So these people came from Sahel because we are peace-loving people. You know, it's like when you are playing with dog. The dog will start scratching you, and if you play back, it will start jumping on top of you, and the next thing you know, it will jump on your head. That is the thing between we and these people. They came and they drove us, all of us, away from our land. We are in every part of the world, running away from our own land. You know, they want us to continue getting scared of going home so that they will now get expanded. They got the land, now they want to drive us again to bring their people all over Africa. It will not happen. So what PM answered this guy, you heard it. The guy asked him whether they can create anything, and PM said that the media team is enough. What they need is money, fund, to sponsor these people that is making our people not to go on IDP camp. That's what we need. Because these people, etu o si afia roketa, o tegondi abia no chielai, everywhere, every department. Now that country, they are the ones heading it, stealing all the money. Nobody is talking to them. That's why they are always fighting us. They can engage the whole world to fight us. But God did not allow that to happen. That's why when they caught Onyendu, he gave us our PM. No matter what anybody tells you, this liberation is not for our PM, it's not for our supreme leader. It is for all of us. It is for all of us. Thank you so much. It is for all of us because these people, it took time. They have been driving us mad, crazy, away from our own land. And they are everywhere. So, whatever our PM is telling anybody here from this space he had last night, anyone that did not hear could just rewind this video when you get it on your WhatsApp, or when I share it, you will just listen from the beginning. These people came from Sahel, and the only comfort zone they have is the Yorubas. They got the Yorubas because they are very smart thinkers, educated. And their reasoning is nothing but how to destroy and how to own what belongs to you, to displace you. See the way they are buying the people of Plateau and Benue. It is for them to give them chance to come and bulldoze us. But God did not allow it. We are God's own people. That's why we are at the center. Before you will come to the center, you must fight with the corners and succeed. They will not. No matter how many of them in our bushes. In the end, Biafra ga-abịarịrị. Because onwere ndị na-enyefe ụdị challenge ya. Ndị ofe mmanụ bụ enyere anafa vice president or president fekwelu. And Ahmadu Bello said it during his interview with that man, that anyone that will come to rule Nigeria or to do any work for them will be on contract. And when the person's time is up, you will go. They will take over what belongs to them. How can anyone agree that Nigeria belongs to foreigners? In the North Africa, Sahel, from Burkina Faso and from Mauritania. Abiane claim what belongs to us. Everybody are not Juru Fanyoyi. So my people, enough is enough. Tomorrow is fundraising. Tomorrow, be fundraising. There's this video. Girl. Yes, she asked in that her video, has Nigeria happened to you? Let me play it so that you will hear. She's a Yoruba. And that question goes to her people and to every Nigerian. If Nigeria has happened to you, then you will know. They are just people that have no conscience. They have no conscience, and we cannot continue to sit like this and watch them take everything that belongs to us. No, my people. No, we can't be watching them like that. It's too much. It's too much, my people. All we need right now is fund. You know?
Nigeria working for you. Major General Muhammadu Buhari retired, knew the solutions to Boko Haram till he finally became president. He asked ex-President Jonathan to resign because of insecurity. He cried empathetically. He promised to end Boko Haram in 3 months. But now, he's telling us he's done his best to arm the military. Why isn't he resigning? Governor Fashola knew the solutions to providing stable power supply till he became Minister of Power, and darkness pervaded the land. After trying hard and giving excuses like he only plays a supervisory role, the ministry was assigned to someone else. Power grid, still they collapse. The NSAS protests were tagged insurrection. In fact, someone said Aisha Yusufu ought to be in jail for instigating violence. Then farmers were beheaded in Borno. Same person asked Aisha Yusufu to lead a protest. Aren't these people supposed to forbid hypocrisy? Is Nigeria working for any Nigerian today? From leaders hoarding food for the poor, receiving kickbacks from government contracts, to farmers needing permission to go to their farms. Is Nigeria working for you? Why is Zamfara's gold for Zamfara and Niger Delta oil for Nigeria?
You
Why
see,
is Isba destroying alcohol?
she asked that pertinent question. Why is Zamfara gold for the Fulanese and Niger Delta oil and gas is for Nigeria? My people, who is fooling who? Why do we all have to play this lily-livered game like no other? Our children are all born abroad. Some were born in zoo, taken abroad. They don't want to go home. No light, no. It was this, my sister here, Mary, who told me that Atiku is the one in charge of bringing generator that produces carbon monoxide that is capable of eradicating human beings, killing them. My people, is Nigeria working for anybody? That's what this girl is asking. It's not working for anybody. Fulani are the ones ruling everybody. They want us to be running away and leave our land for them. Like I said earlier, this freedom fighting is not for Simon Ekpa, it's not for our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. It is for all of us and our future generation, our children. Nobody likes their lineage to end. That's why when Queen of England died, her own first son, Prince Charles, became the king. You cannot be a farmer and your children will be dying in hunger. Ndị be anyị, nwa agụ adatakwa afịfịa.
But their state governments receive federal allocation from monies received via taxation, including tax on alcoholic beverages. Why are some federal roads abandoned to bandits and kidnappers? Who is in charge of Nigeria's security? The president is talking tough this time. Most times, he's as shocked by the rest of us by the absence of good governance under him. Regardless of his campaign promises and the manifesto of his political party, Nigeria has rolled back in terms of development. From Naira continually losing its value to a recently launched locomotive trains breaking down in the middle of nowhere. Nigeria has to be working for some people though. The government can do no wrong. To this set of people, their money isn't being stolen. Even if the money is being borrowed, leaving debts for their own children to pay in future. Even if the leaders don't use public institutions, from sending their children to Ivy League schools abroad to getting medical treatment abroad, some people who have nothing and we need to donate money for their medical bills if they have a serious ailment, continue to hail the obvious lack of good governance till Nigeria happens to them. then they get a little pissed. May Nigeria never happen to you. Say amen. We deserve better.
Yes. She said, may Nigeria never happen to you. And I say amen to that. Nigeria will not happen to Biafrans. They have been happening to us, but now we have to say it will never happen to us. So my people, look at this video now. Listen to it. And you will see the kind of people ruling.
It is our turn. If you chop alone, you will die alone.
You see it?
He did not chop alone.
This one is the
So it is his turn to chop too.
Listen to what.
And that is why Emolokun is very important. So you will hear the voice of Emolokun very soon.
Did you hear that? If you chop alone, you die alone. That it is their turn to chop. And the one that is their vice president is there. Is there watching. Why sometimes we go through all this rigmarole, talking from north to south, from pillar to post, is for us to remind ourselves that there are certain things we do in life. If you are fighting with somebody, the little time you have, you sit down and ask yourself, am I winning or is my opponent winning? If your opponent is winning, you ask yourself, look very well and see what they do that you do differently, so that you will know how to tackle them. Fulanis have been driving everybody away from that country. They are always in politics. Politics is not business, but they are millionaires. It's only about administration. Now they want us to be one. They call it one Nigeria. What makes Nigeria one? That some people have this oil and everything you do in that country, no one of these people that are very close to this oil and gas benefits, not even good hospital, not good roads, not electricity. And you want them to keep quiet for you to go now and bring your people. If we say no, that we have no land, where we will give you, you called it Ruga, you start buying us. And the world is keeping quiet. They are using our oil, buying all the platforms all over the world, all the internet, so that when we say anything, they will sanction us. Somebody, even abroad here, they can go on holidays, they can relocate to any country, not because their country is not good, but they want to go and see how the other parts of the world is. But our own is compulsory, so that they will take over our land. So my people, we have to behave like them in certain ways. They are sticking together. Or do you think that in Fulani clan or tribe or whatever they are, that they all come from one place? No, they come from different tribes in wherever they are coming from, but they are always united. They are always united. I saw in our PM's platform this afternoon, Vanguard said, oh, Gumi is ordering that they should stop calling them terrorists, that they are bandits, that they are fighting for ethnic or tribal war. Which tribe? Do they have any tribe in the zoo? Anyway, that one is not our problem now. We have all crossed that Rubicon. But you cannot reach your destination forgetting where you are coming from and why you left that place to where you are. We are here now on our way to get Biafra on the 2nd of December. And we need the people who are making our parents not to go on IDP camp. We need money. Even if it is $5, even if it is $10, we will accept it Tomorrow is fundraising. That's why we are saying all this. And that's why we are doing what we are doing. Not because what is pursuing us have left us. Because I see Okoko, why are you shouting? Or sin obrokwa na ebe kuwa nukwo ni na obrokwa na ife jie rapuliaka. These people are not leaving us. Fajikwa no baru nwane nya gbagwo di mkpa na abo. As if that is not enough. Famunye foko. PM we see that niame die no buro ikita anyanwa na achi ka udi ife a ga-eme na a ga-enweteriri ndị anwa gbuo fa gwogo tinyekwu ya n'ịntanetị etufa si tinye ndị a. And ife Facebook na-emeta na YouTube ọ ndị zoo na akwụfụ ụgwọ fa na n'aka azụ. Imana fa weturu video m the other day. Si na ife PM kwuru na ọ dị against ife facho. Ọ ife ndị zoo na-eme. Ọ ife fa na-eme. With our oil money. So my people, one single word is enough for the wise. And I know that we Biafrans, we are very wise people. Ndi Igbo si na atụọla ọmalụ ọmalụ. You know, I will leave you and love you. I appreciate all of you, Patrick, my wonderful sister Mary, everyone that joined. The names are many. I thank you all, and I say may God bless you. We will continue to cry for the world to hear our voice, not that what is holding us have left us. Because Nandi anu nafa na anu ogu dika kota onya dogi this side imegali onya dogi the other side far for Nigeria as ebo bibi because of our own oil, because oil adinu gwausa. My God, they will never allow us, assuming this oil in our land and gas is close to them, they would have driven us long time ago. But God is so kind. And all the seers and all the prophetesses and prophets prophesying is telling us how God is warning that this Biafra must come. Nothing is going to stop it. We are his own children. It's impossible that these people hello, my brother. Thank you for joining. Remember, everyone to click the like button. That's all I ask for. And share the message and let it go viral. I will love you and leave you. We're almost 2 hours here now. I always do it short so that those in homeland can watch it because of their data. They don't even have any. Even if they have data, they don't have light. Yes. We are not, my brother. We are not. PM was on the space last night. Yes, thank you, Owen. PM was on the space last night, Freeman. Were you there? Were you there? So I'll see you when I will see you. And before then, I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will continue to guide everyone. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a very good evening. All hail Biafra. Peace, progress, unity, and equity. I love you all. Bye from